This is Connie with Savage. He is a Malinois 1-year-old and started tracking when he was about 12 weeks old. He also does PSA and is a extremely well-bred Malinois, pretty exciting dog actually. There were some deer when they were starting out, but he didn't pay any attention to them. So here's his start. This was a track around a very busy recreation center, and it's the most difficult track we've ever presented to him. It was laid 30 minutes earlier, and it's single laid, and he pretty much ran it dead on until a very busy intersection at the end where he did a beautiful search. And that's his own housemate, Birdie, the German Shepherd, barking at him from the truck because she tracks too, and I'm sure she was a little jealous. So this side of the rec center wasn't as busy, perfect for a good start. And it was also sheltered on this side from the wind. So Connie doesn't know where it went. She's watching him, and he is attracted up to the building. The runner walked along the road where Connie is, but you can see him looking at the doorways, any of the scent pools along here.
Around this building.
He's a really nice dog, very good, not dragging Connie off her feet, and she's handling the line very nicely here too. Lots of little scent traps. This back end of the rec center is where deliveries are made, food is delivered. They vent the hockey rink and the gymnasium. And one of the things that was going on was there was a ton of screaming from kids going on inside that got louder and louder as we approached this next part of the rec center.
I don't know where Kathy would have thrown that article, so if he doesn't alert to anything, but he seems to want to go to this side, eh? It looked more like he tasted the snow.
So it's a corridor, and he's working back and forth a little bit. We knew that Kathy, who was the runner, had thrown an article down at one point, and later when we walked back together, we found out that she threw it opposite a big scent trap on the other side, and he was attracted over to the doors and the scent trap, so didn't have any luck in knowing there was an article there, but those articles aren't important. They're just meant to help, to assist along the way. And if people want to do sport tracking, we throw articles in for them. So there was a lot of wind being generated here, air being moved by the ventilators. Once he gets around that corner, he does a little better. The kids are just screaming in there, though. It's a lot to work through for him.
If you want to go up and fix the line, that would be... I always debate there.
Connie's a nice distance behind, giving him a lot of independence. We've been seeing him do some just beautiful tracks and trails lately.
I think this building has a lot
So
of
we did
air
give him a
movement.
bit more and a bit longer this time.
It's busy.
So you can
I
watch
find it really
him right
interesting
past
to
this
track around,
entryway,
even if it's
pick up his
following an
speed.
edge.
And there is an article just past it. And in this case, he does find it, and I think it's a bit of a relief for him on this long track.
you could see he's alerting to that article. Good.
There's a little bit of stress relief for him because he is a young dog. Now he's sort of looking to see where he is, looking at cars.
Oh, I always pick it up. If it's an article on a test track, I do pick it up because they can get hung up on them.
And that was really good article
Article
placement
I
in this case because now the hard part is coming up. You can see the cars pulling in up there. There's a giant parking lot, lots going on. This is the busy side.
Lots of choices, and this might be a place where you play out your line and let them decide.
And he comes around the corner and goes, whoa, what's all this? I'm not sure he's ever been to this rec center. However, after taking it in a little bit, he makes a very nice road cross, checks it out, and we found out from Kathy later that she walked right down the middle of this boulevard, and so he is dead on. Connie is giving him lots of time just to process and look around. And some dogs really need that, and he doesn't make strange, but these dogs are very aware of their surroundings. But I do love his calm demeanor. And there he goes, and he's dead on. I basically knew the pattern, but not where Kathy walked when she came down this way. So it was really interesting and good for me to see this too.
And I only know the direction Kathy's going.
So cars can drive down on either side of this boulevard, and they do create a little bit of scent disturbance. But he's in a nice spot for following the trail. It's being held very nicely, and this was really warm day, melty snow.
Oh, he's eating some
puddles everywhere.
There. He just had a quick snack. Right.
And Connie's watching him, giving him line, moving along with him. The boulevard is coming to an end, and this was the hardest part of the track for Sauvage.
So you may have to use your
and for Connie as well.
Here.
It's a gigantic intersection, and cars can go across, up and down, and it splits into two trails here at that stop sign as well. So he comes across.
Yeah, so I try to
and
keep
it's windier on this side as well.
Upwind of, or downwind,
and the wind is pushing up against the building.
To help him make his choices.
So Kathy actually turned to the right there.
Work like laterally
and I think
the wind,
she's been sitting there for a half an hour. It could be that the wind was blowing her scent up that way, and so he does go to investigate. Connie goes with him. And more scent disturbance by the cars.
So let him come back here, which is, it's sort of what he wants to do. And this is, just watch the car. This is teaching him as well.
And here he comes back to where he originally crossed. You can see his mouth opening and closing. He's having a shake. And the traffic, the person traffic started to get very busy here as well. So people are crossing over his track, but he's coming now back down to the other side of the intersection. And we've done a lot of road crossings and intersection work with him.
Stay here for a minute.
So there's some people. I think a dog passed him. Connie's kind of giving people a chance to go by. Kids with their skateboards.
Just got to process it a little bit.
So I was telling Connie to think about the wind and organize your search. So you came from behind. He's checked to the left. He started pulling this way, and it turns out someone was getting out of a car with a dog. He was sort of interested in that, but he wasn't showing enough interest.
So if he's going back and forth
from a handler's point of view,
and the wind is bringing stuff
especially
to him,
considering the wind and everything possibly bringing information to him.
So
and the wind was shifting a lot too, so it was coming up that road as well.
It's down there.
So he's just doing more standing and thinking, not really pulling, as if the wind is bringing him Kathy's scent here.
He's super friendly.
He's doing a lot of processing and a lot of thinking.
So think of a search pattern.
But really looks like he's hit a wall there. It is tough when it's hard at the end of a track. On the other hand, he locked in along those edges too.
So what I'm seeing is I'm not seeing him really want to pull you down there.
So I'm talking to Connie about wind direction. Just trying to help her think about how you can handle such a big, busy intersection and organize a search a little bit.
Because the wind's coming that way, if something was down there, I would expect to see him.
He's so close to Kathy. And he's not experienced enough yet to be pulling Connie, but I'm sure he's cataloging all of this. And you could see there, he wanted to take off down that sidewalk.
That looks like a real alert.
And Connie was a little nervous because of all of the people coming towards him. And this girl here, she was super interested in him and came to talk to us about him as well. So he looks really interested in her, but if you look, you can see Kathy sitting down in the dugout. And later we were thinking that she may have Kathy's, he may be interpreting that she's got Kathy's scent. Right after she walked away, he found Kathy down in the dugout.